Welcome to Mother Out Projects. I'm Steph.
I'm Vicki.
And a little over a year ago, we built this station to hold all of my solo stove, which is a fire pit, accessories, and the fire pit itself. And over that time, I have loved using it. I have gotten a ton of use out of it. But we wanted to kind of do a follow-up on the things that worked really well and the things that we had to fix.
Well, actually, it is done beautifully. Everything is in great shape. The wall control, there's no rust, there's nothing. It's holding strong, but we have had two issues. The first is the cut edge of the butcher block. It started to deteriorate where we had to repair that. And then the second thing was the cover itself. Nothing wrong with the cover, the manufacturing, the structure of it, but we have squirrels. And if you've ever lived where there are squirrels, you know how destructive they can be. So those squirrels in the backyard have chewed on this cover, so making it still usable, but it looks really bad.
So as Mom said, we developed this kind of like mold looking thing on the cut edges. And so about 9 months ago, we actually decided to redo that with the same outdoor paint that we painted the structure. And so that's what Mom did. She painted every edge that had been cut. And that seems to be holding up better. And we're not seeing any of that kind of issue we were having before. And when we built the structure, we really weren't sure how it was going to hold up in the elements. We have a lot of rainy times, a lot of humidity, a lot of sun, just wasn't sure how it was going to hold up. So that's why we decided to get that waterproof cover, and it's held up well besides the squirrels. So luckily, a couple months ago, I noticed that they were on sale on Amazon. So I actually picked up two so that we could replace the old one. And Mom had a great idea to try to protect the top from squirrels. So we're going to try that today to see if that might help prolong the life of the cover. Besides the cover having the holes, everything else is held up really well on it. Besides, it's a little bit faded, but that's to be expected.
One of the very best features of this storage station is the wall control that we use. Because it has pegs that we can move around, Steph's been able to change the configuration of both the front and the side, and especially has done it here on the side as we get new things and old things don't work. She's been able to change the configuration, and it's worked just beautifully.
And overall, I love this. I really enjoy having campfires in my backyard and having everything accessible right here. I have all my fire starters, all the things to cook with, and everything is at the ready. So I'm super happy that we did this, and it's something that I utilize way more than I even thought I would.
Well, and one of the things I found very interesting that none of the things in here and around have gotten kind of, sometimes it gets kind of gross when things are outside, but none of this happened. So when you take the cover off and get ready to use something, it is literally ready to use.
And if you want to see the full build video on this, we'll put a link to that below. And if you want to hear me talk a little bit more about the Solo Stove brand specifically and why I like it and the accessories I got with it, I'll put a link to that video, which is on my second channel called Hi, I'm Steph. All right, thanks for joining, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.